Welcome back to Lovin Travel. Today, we're taking you on a full tour of Indonesia's National Monument, set right in the heart of one of the largest city squares on the planet. Stay tuned as we dive into essential practical tips, explore the hidden underground history, and climb to the very top for the most spectacular views over Jakarta. Once known as King's Square during the Dutch colonial era, this massive expanse is now Medan Merdeka, or Independence Square. It is a true giant, the third largest square in the world, spanning 100 hectares. It's more than double the size of Beijing's Tiananmen Square and roughly 8 times larger than the Place de la Concorde in Paris. Rising from the center is the National Monument itself, known locally as Monumen. This 132-meter-tall obelisk was commissioned by Sukarno, Indonesia's first president, and constructed between 1961 and 1975. Every dimension here is a tribute to August 17, 1945, Indonesia's Independence Day. The lower cup features a terrace at 17 meters, the museum below sits at 8 meters high for the month of August, and the museum hall itself measures 45 meters on each side to mark the year. At the very peak sits a 14.5-ton flame of independence, symbolizing the nation's resilient spirit. It stands 3 meters tall and is draped in 50 kilograms of pure gold leaf. Before we head inside, let's talk logistics. Because the park is so vast, you might want to skip the 20-minute trek from the stations and hop on one of the free shuttle trains that zip between the southern parking lot and the monument. To actually enter, look for the underground tunnel located about 100 meters north of the obelisk. Timing is the biggest hurdle. Monumen is always closed on Mondays, but it also shuts down for public holidays and certain events which you might not be aware of. It's best to check the monument's official Instagram account for the latest daily updates before you set off. Standard opening hours are Tuesday to Thursday between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Friday to Sunday from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m., but be warned, the viewing deck usually closes an hour earlier. From Friday to Sunday, there is also the fountain show in the park, which usually starts at 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. But here, it's also best to check Instagram again for the latest schedule. While a general ticket to the monument and museum costs only 8,000 rupiah, the combo ticket required for the observation deck is 24,000. But here's the catch. You can only buy the ticket with either QRIS, Indonesia's national QR payment system, or the Jack card, a prepaid, contactless smart card. But don't worry, you can buy this Jack card on the spot for 50,000 rupiah. This comes with a preloaded credit of 20,000, which you can immediately top up to pay the 24,000 for the combo ticket. You can't return the card for a refund, but you can continue using it to pay for public transport and other museums. Let's step inside. The tunnel opens into a courtyard lined with intricate bas-reliefs that tell the story of Indonesia. You'll see the rise of the Singasari and Majapahit empires, the era of European colonization, the Japanese occupation, and the final push for freedom. Inside the base, the National History Museum houses 51 detailed dioramas that lead you through a chronological journey of the Indonesian archipelago. The exhibition starts in the prehistoric era, moving through the rise of early empires and the long centuries of resistance against colonial rule. Each scene is intricately crafted, with bilingual panels in English and Indonesian explaining the pivotal struggles that led to the 1945 proclamation and the nation's development in the decades that followed. It is a fascinating walk through the country's identity and a welcome air-conditioned break before you continue the climb. From the museum, a grand staircase leads up to the Hall of Independence. This ceremonial space is dominated by the Garuda Pancasila, a massive 3.5-ton bronze coat of arms, and the text of the proclamation etched in gold upon the walls. These surround a central chamber housing the original Declaration of Independence. While the heavy doors only open for a brief hourly ceremony and often stay shut for maintenance, standing here offers a moment of quiet reflection before you head to the very top. Next, we head out to the outdoor terrace on top of the cup. For your first taste of the skyline against the backdrop of the 100-hectare park, it's a great perspective to see just how far you've actually walked across the square. But the real highlight is 115 meters up. We take the lift to the top observation deck, where the city suddenly feels infinite. From here, the sheer scale of Jakarta, a metropolis of 42 million people, truly comes into focus as the skyscrapers stretch out into a sea of buildings that goes on forever. It's a view that captures the heartbeat of the nation. For more Jakarta inspiration, check out our video on the 30 best things to do and subscribe for more travel gems. Thanks for watching.